Laker fans, and if there are any Heat fans watching, welcome in to the post-game recap of Game 1 of the 2020 NBA Finals. The Lakers win it 116-98. I'm Jimmy Crowther. We're going to have the full post-game recap for you. What happened, what went right, what went a little bit wrong, and what the Lakers are going to look to do in Game 2. Now, before I really get into this game a lot and give you my whole rapid reaction, I do want to say this. The Miami Heat did suffer 2 injuries tonight. Bam Adebayo left the game with a shoulder injury. Goran Dragic left the game with a foot injury. That being said, the Lakers took care of business regardless. Now, here was the interesting thing about this game. The Miami Heat came out swinging. I mean, they came out ready to play. They came out with all the firepower in the world. They looked like the team more excited about this game than the Lakers did. But then, he hit the Lakers in a hole. I think they were down by as many as 16. I could be a little bit off with that number. I know it was at least 13. And then LeBron James and Anthony Davis are like, we're not letting that happen. And they absolutely dominated the second half of the first quarter and the second quarter, and then everything else after that as well. It was a great comeback in the first quarter, and it was great of them to hold on to the lead, even when the Heat responded a little bit. But for the most part, they just kept their foot on the gas, and they did not let up. And I was very impressed with everything that I saw from the Los Angeles Lakers. And, I mean, if you were watching with us on Chat Sports, we had a ton of fun. We had over 1,500 people watching with us live. At one point, we had well over 2,000 as well. We're going to be live for every single game on Chat Sports, youtube.com/chatsportstv. So make sure you subscribe over there and turn on your notifications. But now I do want to break down the box score for this game. And we'll start off with probably what you came here for, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers. Anthony Davis led the way for the Lakers with 34 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocked shots. Future number 23 was a plus 23 in the box score. 11 of 21 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Your next leading scorer, I'll give you one guess. If you can put it in the comment section before I say it, you win a prize. Too late. 25 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls, plus 10 in the box score for the king himself, LeBron James. He was 9 of 17 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope stepped up big time in the first half. He had in total 13 points, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds. Only 2 of 6 from 3, but those threes came at a crucial time. He also knocked down 5 free throws. 3 of 10 from the field, which is kind of crazy, but he was good tonight. Danny Green took an unexpected step in the right direction with 11 points, 3 blocked shots, 2 steals, and 4 rebounds. That's why the Lakers signed him, to be a 3-and-D threat, and a 3-and-D threat he was with those 3 blocked shots and 2 steals, and 3 of 8 from the three-point line. 10 points for the Caruso, and 4 rebounds, 2 assists off the bench. He was really, really good tonight. I loved what I saw from him. 8 points for Markieff Morris, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 7 points for Rajon Rondo in 25 minutes, as well as 4 assists and 3 rebounds. 3 points for Kyle Kuzma. Not a good night for him, but he did have 8 rebounds, which is pretty good. 3 points for Quinn Cook. He made a 3-pointer there at the final buzzer. And then Jared Dudley played 1 minute, had 0 points. J.R. Smith also played 1 minute, 0 points for him. Dwight Howard, who got the start, and he also started the second half, 2 points. Not a great scoring night, but they didn't really need it from him. 8 rebounds and 2 assists as well. 3 personal fouls. He was a -2 in the box score, which was kind of weird, but not a great night from him. Not a big deal. For the Miami Heat, 23 points for Jimmy Butler, 12 points for Jay Crowder, 18 for Kendrick Nunn, 14 for Tyler Hero. Those are the main highlights there. But for the Miami Heat, the main storyline we will be tracking as on the Lakers report and on Chat Sports as well is what happens with Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo. Are they going to play in Game 2? Because Bam Adebayo left with a shoulder injury, although x-rays were negative. Goran Dragic left early with a foot injury, and we have not gotten word on x-rays at the time that we are filming this, which is at about 10:45 p.m. Central Time after the game. No word on Goran Dragic's foot. Hopefully they're okay, because we want as competitive as a series as possible, but with the way, this is trending, And with the way things are looking, the Lakers are going to take care of business regardless. Like, genuinely, I really do think the Lakers are going to win this in 5 games. And if Dragic and Adebayo miss any time, I mean, if Bam misses the next game and Dragic misses the entire series, I mean, it could be a sweep, guys. It could be a sweep. Now, I don't think it's going to happen. I do think Dragic and Bam Adebayo will be back. At least Adebayo, maybe Dragic. And if they're back, this will probably still go 5 or 6. But the Lakers took care of business. So what I want you to do right now, whether you're a Lakers fan or a Heat fan, I want you to give me your one-word reaction in the comment section of this video. Scroll on down and give me one word to describe this game. From a Lakers perspective, so I'll do a Lakers perspective one-word reaction, a Heat fan perspective one-word reaction, and then the neutral NBA fan. One-word reaction for the Lakers fan, dominant. And I've said that before, and I'll say it again, dominant. And impressed. I think both those words are very much allowed there. I think being able to do what they did was really impressive for a game 1 to set the tone. Setting the tone was so important, and they did just that. From the Heat fan perspective, I'd say worried. I think if I were a Heat fan, I would be worried. Not disappointed, because when you go down with those injuries, it's hard to expect much more. But worried is a good word because you're worried about the injuries. You're worried about what comes next for the Heat. As a neutral NBA fan, which is what I am, I'm just a watcher, I'm just a commentator, I'm just a guy watching the games. As the neutral guy, I would say disappointed. And the only reason I'd say disappointed is because I want this to be competitive. I want to see a competitive series. I want to see the Heat push the Lakers. But they're just not going to. They don't have any answers for Anthony Davis. Bam Adebayo can't defend Anthony Davis, even though he's a great defender. He can't do it. Jimmy Butler's a great defender, but he's too weak. He's too small for LeBron James. Jay Crowder on AD was interesting early on, and it looked like they might have had an answer, but it didn't take long for Anthony Davis to figure stuff out and say, I'm going to be the first team all-player that I am, all-NBA player that I am, and I'm going to dominate. And that's what he did. And I think that's what he will continue to do throughout this series. If KCP and Danny Green do what they did tonight every night, which is just score in double digits and play decent defense, this Lakers team is going to be one of the most impressive finals teams I've ever seen. This bubble has been so weird for Danny Green. It's been terrible. He's been awful. But seeing him flourish in Game 1 the way he did is super important, and I think it will continue to trend in the right direction as this series goes on. So if you haven't already, make sure you have subscribed to the Lakers Report, where we'll be doing all things Lakers all the time on Chat Sports. And if you haven't subscribed to our main channel as well, youtube.com/chatsportstv, go over there and subscribe and watch all the live games with me during the NBA Finals. A ton of fun for Game 1. We'll be doing it for Game 2 as well. Laker fans, I appreciate you watching. Heat fans, I know you're hurting, but still got a few more games to go. At least 3 more. I would say probably 5 more before this thing gets wrapped up. Appreciate all you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.